Hi everyone, welcome to Rachelpichleryoga. If we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice full body flow for flexibility. You're just going to need a little bit of space to move, and let's get started. So let's begin today in child's pose. So you can come over onto your knees and bringing them out nice and wide. Your big toes can come together, bringing your hips back towards your heels, and then just walking your hands and your arms out in front. And starting to lower your forehead and your chest all the way down to the floor. Close your eyes and take a nice big breath in and out. Another big inhale and let it go. One more nice big breath in and out. Awesome, you guys. You can stay here with your arms reaching out in front. Or if you want to add a side stretch to your child's pose, just start to lift your forehead up a little bit, walking your hands over towards the left side, probably off of your mat, creating some extra length through that right arm, and then just melt it back down. Soften through the shoulders. Keep those hips low. They're trying to find the heels. And then just breathe. Taking this time just to let go of your day. Whatever you have to do later. Just really focusing on that next breath in you take. And let everything go with the exhale. And if you did walk your hands over to that left side, use an inhale. Start to lift your forehead up a little bit. You can walk your hands back towards the middle of your mat. Maybe just push into your palms. Maybe even lift the hips a little and then send them back towards those heels. And you can start to walk your hands over towards the right side. Kind of reaching with that left arm. Walk those fingertips a little further if you need to feel that love through that shoulder, that oblique, that left side body. And then just melt it down. Awesome job, you guys. Using an inhale, slowly lift the forehead again, walking your hands back to the middle of your mat. Maybe just pushing into those palms. You can keep your forehead lifted and your chest. Send the hips back towards your heels and maybe just take a little rock side to side with the upper body. A little sway side to side. Maybe you can feel those shoulders a little bit. And when you feel good, start to lift your hips up and away from your heels. And you can walk your hands in under the shoulders. Bring your knees in underneath the hips. Maybe let your hips go for a rock side to side. And let's warm up our spine with a few cat and cow. So using an inhale, drop your belly towards your mat. Lift your chest, maybe even the chin. And exhale, slowly rounding through the spine, pushing into your palms, opening up the upper back. Tuck your chin towards your collarbone. With an inhale, drop your belly, lift the chest, maybe the chin. And exhale as you round it out. Squeeze that tummy in, give it a little squeeze. One more breath here. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the chest. And exhale as you round it out. Push into those palms a little more. And use an inhale to come back to a nice flat back. Maybe your hips need a little rock side to side. And start to tuck your toes under if you haven't already. Take a nice big breath in. And use the exhale to find your downward facing dog. Lifting your knees off the mat. Spread those fingers a little wider. Start to look towards your toes. And maybe take your dog for a little walk. Pedal your feet a few times. Find that nice little ankle or calf stretch. Then can you let your head get a little heavier? You push into your palms, feel the stretch, the length through your arms into those shoulders. Breathe a little deeper. Slow down here. Awesome, you guys. Take a nice big inhale. Look forwards. Exhale, walk your feet all the way up to the top of your mat. With an inhale, take a half lift. Just that upper body's lifting up for a nice long spine. Exhale, fold forwards, bend your knees. Inhale, let's come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up, look up, and exhale. Lower your hands in front of your hearts, all the way to your sides. Roll your shoulders back and down. Take a big inhale as you reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, take your half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Let's plant our hands and take our left foot all the way back into a lunge. You can definitely keep your back knee lifted if you want to, but I'm going to drop mine down. Even untuck those back toes. Find that left hip flexor sinking into those hips. Find your balance. We're going to spend a little bit of time here, so if you do want to roll your mat over for some extra cushion under that back knee, go for it. And then if you want to keep your chest low, your hands on the floor, you can stay here. And if you want to lift your upper body up, lift your upper body up. Maybe come out of the lunge for a moment and then sink into those hips again. Nice, you guys. We're going to move or use our arms a little bit here to open up through that upper back. So you can either have your hands on the floor, you can skip this part, but if you're following with me, reach your arms out wide as you inhale. We're going to cross the right arm over top of the left. You might hang onto your shoulders. You might find eagle arms, bringing your palms together. And then let's just reset. Maybe send the hips back a little bit. Come out of that lunge and then relax. Sinking into those hips again. And if you are crossing your arms, just think about opening up through that upper back, creating space between the shoulder blades. Awesome, right, you guys? Using an inhale, unwind your arms. And exhale, lower them back down to the floor. Take an inhale, look forwards, and exhale. Bring your back foot to the top of your mat, all the way up to the top. Inhale, half lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale as you fold, bend your knees. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach up, look up. Exhale as you lower your hands in front of your heart. Come all the way down to your sides. Maybe roll the shoulders back and down. Take an inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale as you fold and plant your hands. You can take your right foot all the way back. We're going to set up our lunge. Drop that back knee if you'd like. Untuck those back toes maybe. And just slow down your breath. Take your time. Set up your lunge. Find that right hip. Relax your shoulders. Maybe you're just going to stay there with your hands on your mat. Maybe you're going to lift your chest. Maybe you're going to add your arms. Reach out wide and then cross that left arm over top. Option just to hang on to the shoulders. Or bring those palms together for full eagle arms. Drop the shoulders from the ears. Maybe reset your lunge. Push it back. And then bring the hips forwards again. Most importantly, wherever you are, just breathe. Awesome job, you guys. If your arms are crossing, reaching them back out, use the exhale to lower your hands to your mat. Take an inhale, look forward slightly. Exhale, bring your back foot to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, let's come all the way up. Reach up, look up. Then exhale as you lower your hands in front of your heart all the way to your sides. Roll your shoulders back and down. Big inhales, you reach up. Exhale to fold forwards. Inhale, half lift. And exhale as you fold. Plant your hands. We're going to step our feet back into downward facing dog. And just a few breaths here. Spread those fingers wide. Gazing at your toes. Maybe pedal your feet a few times. Maybe just be nice and still. But just let the chest be heavy. And the head, feel those shoulders. Breathe a little deeper. Nice job, you guys. Take one more big inhale. And use the exhale to lower your knees all the way down to your mat. You can untuck your toes. We're actually going to bring our knees out wide again for child's pose. Send the hips back towards your heels. Bring your knees out nice and wide. And you might reach both of your arms out in front, or you might take your right arm and slide it underneath your chest if you want to get into your shoulder a little bit here. Tuck that arm under and then drop your chest down. And just find that breath. Slow down. And if you have your right arm underneath your chest, we're just going to switch sides. So use an inhale. Lift up just enough to take your arm out from under you. And you can start to slide the left arm underneath the chest. Tuck it all the way under. Relax it down. When you feel ready to use an inhale to lift your chest, you can take your arm out from under your chest. Reach it forwards maybe. Just push into those palms a little bit. Send the hips back towards the heels. And if it feels right, just do a little rock, a little sway with the upper body side to side. And then we can start to make our way all the way up onto our hands and knees. Awesome, you guys. We're going to bring our knees together and tuck our toes under. A nice little toe squat. So pushing into your fingertips, send your hips back towards your heels. Maybe you need to help tuck a couple toes under. Bring some nice length into all of your toes. A little push into those fingertips to encourage your hips back towards your heels, and hopefully you can feel that nice deep stretch. Awesome, you guys. And then just come forwards, lift the hips, untuck the toes, give them a nice little love tap. And if you did bring your knees all the way together, you can bring them about hip width apart. Again, just scooch them out a little bit wider so that you can stand on your knees and be balanced. And if you need some extra padding under your knees, you could roll your mat over again. But we're going to stand on our knees here. Your hands are either going to be on your hips or maybe the low back, or if you want to interlace your fingers, you can interlace your fingers. But take an inhale and just start to lift your chest. Lift your chest, maybe lift that chin, roll those shoulders back and down. And if you have your hands behind you, just think about lifting them away from your low back if you're interlacing your hands. But if your hands are on your low back, they're supporting you. They're staying on that low back. We're just opening up through the chest, through that collarbone, through those shoulders. Awesome, you guys. Use an inhale to come back. Bring those shoulders forwards, resting your hands at your sides, and you can have a seat on your heels. Take a moment here. Roll those shoulders back and down if you'd like to add a shoulder roll in. And then you can bring your hands back down to your mat. We're going to tuck our toes one more time. Tuck those toes. I like to bring my knees together. My big toes are kind of touching. But if you want to keep your feet hip width apart, you can. Push into those fingertips. Encourage the hips back towards the heels. Maybe you don't have to try too hard to find that nice stretch for your toes. But if you're feeling good, you might even sit back on your heels. Rest your hands in your lap. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Soften your shoulders. Nice job, you guys. If your hands lifted off the floor, bring them back down. Untuck the toes. Give them a little love tap or a little shake. We're going to cross our ankles and sit down. And you can bring the soles of your feet together. Your knees out wide for butterfly. Taking an inhale as you lengthen your spine. Maybe staying here, or exhale and tip forward. Just letting the upper body fall towards the ground as far as it wants to go without putting too much effort into it. Maybe even giving the toes a little wiggle. Letting the shoulders fall away from the ears. Nice, you guys. Use an inhale if you're folding forwards to lift your upper body all the way back up into a long spine. Your hands can find your knees and just help them come back together. Give yourself a little hug or a little rock side to side. We're going to roll all the way down onto our backs. So gracefully lower down. You could keep your feet planted or bring your knees into your chest, but a little rock side to side might feel good on that low back. And you can reach your arms out wide when you're ready. We're going to take a twist. Your knees can come over to the left side. You can stack them on top of one another. You can cross your knees. Just adjust your shoulders. Keep that right side down, nice and heavy. And just starting to breathe a little bit deeper. See if you can feel your tummy moving with your breath. And then let a nice big inhale help you bring your legs back up out of your twist. Maybe you want a couple more rocks side to side for your low back. And letting your knees fall over to the right whenever you would like. Just twisting the other way. And starting to breathe just a little bit deeper. Using a nice big inhale, help you bring your knees back up out of your twist. You could keep your feet on the floor or bring your knees in towards your chest. But a couple rocks side to side might feel good. Massaging that low back. And when you're ready, you can let your legs go out long on your mat. But let's just bring our hands behind our head. And lifting your chin towards your collarbone. Find the length through the back of the neck. Staying for an inhale. And using the exhale to rest your head back down. And your arms can find your sides with your palms facing up. And making your way into Shavasana. Making any adjustments that you need. So you can just be still. Be relaxed. And let your body get nice and heavy. As always, I encourage you guys to stay here for as long as you have time for today. But I hope that you enjoyed the practice, and thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, namaste.